Hello. I have 4 minutes, 4 whole minutes. So let me just check that I'm live because that would be super helpful. So, I'm going to check that I'm live really quickly. And I want to just run something past you guys because I have been, let me know when you're here by the way and say hi. I have been, over the last couple of days, having a little bit of a secret rant to myself. And over the last couple of days, there is something that's really been bugging me in the industry. And it's been really frustrating me, and I think it's been frustrating a few other people that I work with and the people in my private membership community, my network of colleagues and co-workers and peers and people that I really respect. And I want to, hey Mel, I want to write a blog about it. But I want to come in here and share kind of transparently. Yeah, Max is just buggered off to bed. Hey Amy, I want to come in here and share transparently about why I want to write this blog and whether you guys think it would be something that you're interested in hearing different perspectives on. So the thing that's come up for me recently, and that I actually wrote about on my personal profile yesterday, was that if you expect other people to invest in you, you've got to invest in yourself. And if you tell your prospective customers that they can have it all, that they can have freedom, that they can have, lifestyle, they can have money, all this kind of thing, you've also got to be creating that work-life balance. Thanks, Kat. And congrats on this morning. I saw your post about being invited to be a speaker for that university. Woo, woo, woo. Nice. So anyway, I wrote this post and I've been getting a lot of messages about it. And basically the overarching message of my post was, if you are selling certain kinds of results, then you have to make sure that you're doing the work to see the results for yourself, right? You can't just sell a dream. Now, I've been getting a few messages back from this. And the interesting thing is that a lot of people have come to me and been like, do you know what, Jess? Hey, Sabrina. Do you know what, Jess? Completely agree. But there's another element to this. And this is an element that I am so pissed off about. And I can't believe it's happening. And it really, I just can't believe it. So anyway, a bunch of people have messaged me and said, completely agree, Jess, you can't sell the results if you're not doing the work to see them. However, I'm somebody who's really good in my industry. I'm somebody who's an expert at what I do. I'm somebody who's perhaps got previous experience in an industry, and then I've come into the online world and I'm selling my services, and what I'm seeing is a ton of influencers are telling me, your stuff's amazing, you're really good at what you do, wow, that piece of advice was spot on, or this thing you've created is amazing. And so when I say to that person, when I feel like they need help, or when something is not looking great for them, I have to fix it and that kind of thing, or when that influencer approaches me and says, I'd love to work with you, what I'm finding is that influencer then doesn't want to pay my prices. And yet that influencer is somebody who is going out and telling people, charge what you're worth, state your price for what you believe in, sell at the level you're at. Hey Emma, I think this might be your first live with me and I'm on a bit of a rant, so apologies. But welcome, it's great to have you here. So I wanted to know if anyone else has experienced this, because I'm somebody who, and I say this, I'm jumping on a meeting with the lovely Beth from my team in a minute, so I'll be really quick. But I'm somebody who, my team gets paid before I do, always. I have never, ever quibbled the price I pay anyone on my team. I have never, ever quibbled an invoice from someone on my team. I value my team because they make my business possible. And so, yes, there are times when I get a bit miffed and I go, oh yeah, well, people think that because, my business is doing really well. And, so sometimes people will try and charge me a little bit more. And if I like them, I'll pay it. If I am a bit then I won't. But I absolutely cannot believe, and I'm so hacked off, unbelievably hacked off, that there are people out there calling themselves influencers, preaching, you can have it all, you can charge what you want, just not to me. Because I have a big following, or because I run a big business, or because I'm earning more than you do, or I don't want to work with you because you're not also an influencer and you're not the popular kid on the block. And when I was listening, and I've got tons of these messages, and I was like, are you effing kidding me? Because at what point do you become so flipping arrogant that you do not realise the value of the people who support you on the way up, and that you teach them, yeah, you can have it all, just not when you're working with me? And I'm like, that double standard has really, really wound me up. So I was just popping in here to see if anyone else has experienced this, because it's something that I don't believe should be happening in the industry. And it's for me, it's kind of completely abnormal, because when I was in the corporate world, if I wanted a pay rise and I was doing really well, I'd be like, I want a pay rise and I'm doing really well, and here's the evidence of that. And they'd give me a pay rise. Or I could go to another company and be like, actually, I'm really good. Here are my stats, and here's what I've done, and here are my achievements. Would you like to pay me this much? And they'd be like, yes or no, or negotiate. At no point would a company ever be like, nah, sorry, we're a really big brand, so you can just work for us for exposure. Yeah, okay, because I can pay my bills on exposure, right? My bank manager friggin' loves exposure. In fact, my mortgage company are like, Jess, just pay us in exposure. Write about us on your blog for a bit. Just no. Like, just absolutely 100%, not in a million years, no. And I want to call out this behaviour. I'm not okay with it. And I feel like, I feel like people are getting screwed over. And that makes me really unhappy. People are getting screwed over by the people who are telling them that they're going to help them. And it's like, right, okay, this isn't working for me. So I am thinking about writing a blog about it. And I wanted to come in here and share that transparently, because, I don't really care about writing a blog that's going to hack some people off. Let's face it, I do that and it happens. But I just don't think this should be happening in our industry. I don't think it should be happening in a personal development industry. I don't think people should be preying on people and being like, oh, if you pay me money, you're my friend, but if you stop paying me, then I'm sorry, I'm just going to expect you to do stuff for me for free. Yeah, I just don't agree with it. So if it's a reasonable thing, and I will write the blog this afternoon, potentially tomorrow, because I've got quite a lot of client calls this afternoon and team calls, but I just wanted to put it out here that if the blog resonates with you, I'd really like it if you could share it. Just do me that one favour of being like, actually, the industry, that part of it isn't working right now, and it's really not right, and it's really unfair to people who are working their asses off. Because just because you don't have a following of like 20 million people does not mean that you don't have the tenacity to set up a business. It doesn't mean that you don't have the qualifications that you've spent years getting, or the certifications that you spent a lot of time working for in your corporate job or at university. And I'm really tired of seeing people penalised by people who've got a few YouTube subscribers. Alright? And I speak as one of those people. Ironically, I speak as one of those people that I have a large audience. And I could quite happily say to, people who come to me and say, Jess, I'll do this for free in exchange for. And I don't. Because I do respect people's time. And I do respect the fact that people need to earn money. And I do respect the fact that people also have bank managers like mine who, prefer to get paid in actual cash rather than pixie dust. Alright? So if it's a blog that you like, I would really appreciate you guys sharing it, not from the perspective of Jess wants to go viral, because not massively bothered about that. But I do think there are some people in this industry who need to take a good hard look at themselves and what they're asking for free and what they're actually giving their audiences in return, and whether that actually sits in integrity or not. All right, so that's my mini rant for today. Anyway, I need to hop off. I've got to go and talk. Exactly, Liz, right? Bank managers, they hate pixie dust. Screw them. They don't know how good that shit is. So just wanted to pop in here quickly, because I've got to go and hop on a team call and I've got to go and do some other things. But if it resonates with you, if you do watch the replay, if you are thinking, yes, I've had that experience, or yes, I know this goes on, or yes, actually, Jess, I'd share that blog because actually that's not right, I'm not okay with that, then I'd really appreciate you guys letting me know, because I couldn't believe the amount of messages I got about it, and frankly I'm disgusted with the way that it's come to in this industry. Alright, so have a really lovely day. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, calm, and actually jump on the phone with Beth, who I'm completely late with, but she won't mind, because as my assistant, it's okay. I'm paying her completely fairly, and she knows that I'm doing this live. So I will see you all later on in the group. I'll be around in here, and I'll be posting up the blog tomorrow. And like I say, if it is something that resonates with you, if you have experienced it, I really would appreciate you sharing it, just so that we can start changing the industry from the inside, rather than, you know, it kind of being this perversive subculture that nobody sees and nobody talks about, because that's not cool. All right, my loves, have wonderful days. Bye.